What is up, my fellow household appliances, and welcome back to another episode of A Table Making Beats. That's what I'm calling my YouTube channel from now on. It's just a table making beats. Beanie to prove it, hoodie to prove it. I hope everybody's doing well. I know me personally have been struggling to keep up the inspiration. I don't know what it is. I feel like since the world's in a global pandemic and everybody has to stay home, and I was already staying home, this should be my time to shine. I should be making more content than ever, right? Nope. Man's been struggling with the motivation. I don't know what it is, but a few videos back, I promised you guys a full video on Serato Sample. Here it is, how to sample like a pro with Serato Sample. Let's get right into it. So first things first, I got this drum loop ready to go. So yeah, here it is, Serato Sample. Now, I've never looked into the handbook. I just want to show you the features that really take me as a producer to the next level when I'm using this, as opposed to just using the simpler or the sampler built into Ableton or whatever DAW you use. Now, these are just full songs. So that's why I say this is really professional, because with loops, simpler, super easy to just chop up loops. You could do loops in here if you want, like you can still have all the cool features, but where it really excels is when you want to get into your fat soul samples and all that. Let's just go with that first one. So it's analyzing. So it says the tempo is 81 and the key is in C. So usually that's what it is. Or at least it's like pretty close. First thing I normally do is you just want to hit find samples. There's a few different options. So you got set random, set slicer, find samples. And find samples, it's going to go in, like the software is going to go in and just find samples for you. So that's what I normally do. Just hit that, it's going to load up, boom. You see these letters here? That way you can just do it right on your keyboard. Or you can do it on your pads or whatever. Yo, see, it's already good. All right, so that's why I love it. You just, boom, automatic. You don't have to go in and adjust anything if you don't want to. One thing to pay attention to, if you wanted to see how when you tap it, it doesn't keep going, you're going to want to hit this right here, one shot. So now it's... Another cool thing I like is you can favorite certain samples. So you can tell I already like that one. I like that one. So I like D, right? All right, so I favorited those. So now when I find samples again, it'll go out and it will find more samples to fill up the other pads. But the ones you favorited stay the same. So you never lose those. Yeah, so that's another really cool feature. So you can keep cycling through, finding different chops that you like while also keeping the ones that you like the most. Another thing that I like to do when I'm sampling, always change the pitch. You can either, I don't know, some people like the high pitch samples, some people like the low pitch samples. Me personally, I like low pitch, but let's try high pitch. Let's go up to F sharp. To sample like a pro is to really tap into your creative spirit, and you just have to mess around with stuff. That's the number one key to sampling like a pro, is just messing around. Noise. So one thing you want to do with samples like this, if they have drums, I think I said this in my last video. You can hear the drums and stuff already in there, so you just want to EQ it a bit. 100% you want to roll off the low end. Let's get get some of the high end out as well. You see that difference right there? And that usually kind of hollows it out a little bit. So you're going to want to use something like, now, just in case I don't want to mess anything up, I'm going to duplicate this. If you want to manipulate your sample more, but you already have a cool idea you like, duplicate it, start a new track. So yeah, a lot of beats like this that are like so sampled, they kind of suffer from a lack of variation just because you only have a certain amount of chops, whatever. It's not like a melody where you can just change it. This is why I really like Serato Sample. You can have that. And then maybe in the next half, you want to do something different. So sometimes you'll have a sample like that you like how it starts over there. I'm going to drag that to where I want it. Oh my God, did you hear that? So I want to add another one where it actually starts. We have to find the slice that comes after that, which is pretty far away, but we'll just bring that on. Bring that on down here. And let's find that. Oh, it's right there. All right, see, now we got something. What's wrong with it? Let's see. I don't know. Is it too high? It just needed to be nudged. Okay, I think that works. Let's hear it. So one thing that people do with samples, with like words and stuff, they'll roll it all the way. Like they'll roll the high end all the way down. Let's see how that sounds. So yeah, if certain parts of your sample aren't really matched up where you want it to be, you can time stretch each individual slice, as what I did with that, just so it could go along with the beat better, and we can reverse it. So yeah, you can reverse each individual slice, and as you can see, this one stayed the same, right? That's the gist of Serato Sample. Now I'm gonna try and make this beat sound good just because I hate it. Go ahead and just get rid of that one. We don't need it anymore. Duplicate this one. Freeze the track. Plot twist, I'm also going to flatten it. Boom. See, now I can just warp it and kind of quantize it how I want it to be, since it was kind of off a little bit. I think that wears a little soon. I guess it's not that bad. Quick recap on Serato Sample. My key favorite features is 1, whatever song you drop into it detects the key, detects the tempo, syncs it up with whatever tempo you're in already, change the key at any time and keep the same tempo. It automatically will find chops for you, and you can save favorites and keep cycling through to find new chops automatically, or you can go in, find the chops yourself if you really want to be meticulous with it. Each feature on here can apply to each individual chop, which is like super next level. Dope plugin, especially if you don't have Ableton and you don't have the simpler. But yeah, if that was informative, let me know. Shout out to everybody on my Patreon. Shout out to everybody listening to my music on all platforms. If you like that video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Comment below what type of video you want to see next tutorial wise. I already have a bunch of videos planned, just kind of random lo-fi flips and all that kind of stuff. But as far as tutorials and what you guys want to learn, drop some comments below, let me know, and I'll get to them. But yeah, I am a table, don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot be. L.Dre out.